So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Modern Warfare is on the horizon. My name is Subnova and I would like to welcome you to the channel first and foremost. Now, Call of Duty has had a rough few years, folks. Player counts have dropped, reviews have been mixed, and community frustration, Jesus, is at an all-time high. We've seen the videos, guys, saying Call of Duty is dead, but today, I want to talk about something a little different. What would actually make Modern Warfare a great Call of Duty game for everyone? And I mean this, not just the sweats, not just the casuals, not just the Warzone players. I mean everyone as a whole. MW4 has a real chance to bring back the community together if Activision makes the right decisions. So to really dive into this, let's look at a list of the issues that have been a complete and utter clusterfuck over the years. When a new Call of Duty comes out, there's a few weeks of hype, and then something feels way off. And it's never just one thing, is it? And that is the frustrating to the community as a whole, whether you're on Warzone or even multiplayer. And the reality is, this is where the game isn't about skill. It's really about the design. And only pleasing part of your audience is where the player count takes a really hard knock, in regards to finding lobbies. And when you look at it from this point of view, this is why people genuinely are actually saying, you know what, Call of Duty is dead. Now, stay with me, please, guys, because I have got some good points coming across just shortly. So, bear with me on this one. So, MW4 does not have to be a repeat of this cycle, and I pray to the devs, in reality, they look at what the players actually want and need. That is, the game and the gameplay should match the same diversity. Now, what I mean by this is the challenge for MW4 is really simple. Balance the different audience within the community. Now, what I mean by the audience within the community, you've got your veterans who, like I said earlier, played the game for over 20 years. They remember the golden age, and they want that magic back now. I know I do, because I've been playing it for over that. The casual players who jump on for a few games after work or on at the weekends, where they want to have fun and not feel like it's a second job playing the game. You've got your content creators and the competitive players in the scene as well. They want that exciting gameplay, so they've got that meaningful content, as well as meaningful content updates within the actual game itself. Now, Warzone players, many started with Warzone, right, as a BR, to then get connected with the Call of Duty itself. So, with the likes of multiplayer, zombies, and other different formats that they brought out over the years, like DMZ and whatnot. Now, the problem Activision have had, one of the biggest problems, is they focus purely on one group at one time. And that's how it feels. And what I mean by that is they either focus a lot on multiplayer, or they focus mainly on Warzone, or they focus on DMZ. Now, this is where we have the issues, because where they're focusing on that one group within the community, they spend months trying to fix the damage with all these updates to try and balance the game out, and that's one of the problems that we have. Now, Infinity Ward have actually confirmed that they're not doing Omni movement. They're not actually doing that. Let's be honest, Black Ops 7's Omni movement was great for some players, but for many of the casual players, it made the game exhausting, trying to learn it all. Now, Infinity Ward have actually said that they want to keep the movement smooth without making every match feel like an esports tournament. So even for a casual player, that's a win for both, without interrupting the competitive scene as well. Now, within a guarantee 6 weeks of the game being launched, we've ended up with neon skins, celebrity operators, Rhea Bloody Ripley, pulling a Riptide, and like it's WrestleMania in the middle of Nuketown. And to me, that kills the game traditionally. Now, Infinity Ward says they're avoiding this right? They have said this, and I pray they are actually serious about this. Now, they've actually commented on numerous posts on Twitter about this. So, let's see what happens, because we've had this before. We've been told this before. And what have they done? They've gave us neon skins. They've given us celebrity operators, Nicki Minaj. Take your pick. American Dad, Beavis and Butthead. Because to me, preserving the identity of MW4 matters more than selling some stupid bobblehead operator bundle. Now, the next thing I want to cover is balancing the game and killing off the meta culture. Yes, guys, I said it. Because, let's be honest, since 2019, with multiplayer Warzone, there's been a rise in the meta culture. Everyone's using the same guns, same attachments, and the plays just feel, And for casual players, if you're not using a meta loadout, you're at a big disadvantage. Whereas back in the day, you could run a pistol class, sniper class, or something even completely random setup, and you would actually still be able to have fun. Now it feels like we're forced to watch things like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform you want to think about. What's the broken meta this week? MW4 needs to actually have a better and proper balance to all its weapons. Not rotating one overpowered weapon for another. Actually have it balanced and bring the weapons actually closer together and give the players the freedom to actually enjoy what guns they like, because then at the end of the day that keeps it fun and long term. Now on to the next one. Tone down the SBMM. Let's be honest, skill-based matchmaking has become one of the biggest complaints in Call of Duty's history. Back in the Ping is King days, you'd find a lobby within seconds. Nowadays, when you try to find a game in certain game modes, you end up with a beard is nearly as long and as white as Gandalf's by the time you actually find a game, and for it to actually begin as well. Now, I'm not saying remove SBMM completely. Give casual players lighter matchmaking. Keep the strict SBMM on rank play. The funny thing is, we already had that balance years ago. Black Ops 2 proved it works, and that's one of the reasons so many players still look back on that game fondly. And what I mean by fondly and looking back is the veterans. And while we're at it, give us a more variety in map design, 3-lane maps for the running gun players, bigger tactical maps for those who like to slow things down and think. Vanguard actually nailed that part of the development. Not every player wants the same experience. So stop forcing everyone into the one style of gameplay, please. And while you're at it, bring back the social side of COD. Call of Duty's game chat used to be absolute chaos at times. It was unhinged, absolutely. But it was also one of those things that made Call of Duty special and fun. Some of the funniest moments, biggest rivalries, and even friendships started in those random lobbies. These days, though, most lobbies are completely silent. People either don't want to talk or they're worried about getting chat banned for saying the wrong thing. And because of that, a huge part of the social side of Call of Duty has disappeared. It's gone. Now, don't get me wrong. If someone is genuinely being annoying, toxic, or screaming down the mic, we already have a solution for that. It's called the mute button. That's why it exists. You can also disconnect from game chat. Call of Duty has always been mature rated game or 18 rated game, depending on where you live. It's always had trash talk. Always. Banter. And those crazy lobby moments that everyone remembers years later on. The game just feels lifeless without it. So here is a simple message to Activision. Leave the fucking game chat alone. If you don't like what someone says, there's a mute button. It's there for a reason. Use it. Bring back the social side of Call of Duty. And how about actually giving players rewards for actually playing the game? Now, you've already confirmed that the classic prestiges are coming back, which is a great start. But how about some rewards that you actually earn through gameplay, not just through your battle pass or through buying something off your store? Because then that gives players a long-term something to grind for. I'm not just talking camos, attachments. I mean cosmetics, things like that actually feel rewarding and not something you're actually expected to buy. Can we also get a fix to the servers? I don't care how good the gameplay is, honestly. If the servers are bad, nobody's going to be having fun. Hit registration issues, packet loss, and the launch day server problems have been hurting Call of Duty for years, so there is no excuse. You've got the resources to make this a priority, so make it an actual priority. And while you're fixing the servers, do us one massive favour, because this should be top of the list, and I mean the very top, 100%. Fix your damn anti-cheat. Because right now, I could go on about this thing and lose my fucking mind. But I'm not going to. I'm going to give you the short version. Cheaters ruin the experience for everyone. Casual players get frustrated and quit. Competitive players feel like there's effort. It doesn't matter. Content creators lose clips and moments that should never have been ruined in the first place. Nobody benefits from a weak anti-cheat system. Ricochet has helped in some areas. Cheating is still the biggest problem in Call of Duty's history to date. Now, Activision, Microsoft have billions of dollars behind them. A working, functioning and adaptive anti-cheat should be the top priority, the number one priority. So, if Infinity Ward can balance the game, reduce the frustration, improve the matchmaking, fix the servers, and actually listen to its community, then MW4 could be one of the best Call of Duties we have had in years. And I mean this. The question is simple. Will they finally learn from the mistakes of the past? Or are we about to repeat the exact same cycle all over again? Let me know what you think about MW4 needs the most down in the comments below. And guys, if you have watched the whole video, thank you very much. And if you're new to the channel, guys, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing live streams regularly once again, because guess what? We're back, baby. See you in a bit.